One. I think I'm live on personal. Hey, everybody. Where's my phone at? I'm so excited about this. We're trying something new right now, and we're going to do today's Mind of a Founder with special guest Jay. This is Jay. Everybody say hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay. Wait, no.
I'm Jay. Say hi. I said say hi, comma.
Jay.
Wait, no.
I'm just making sure that my friends will come on board properly.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do today, what we're looking at doing today is we're going to do like a split little mix between Mind of the Founder as well as a little brainstorm sesh. Mm-hmm. And as you guys know, the girlfriend, Fiona, is on full time. And
has a second title now.
She has a second title. It's not just the girlfriend, it's the partner. So she's doing this, and I wanted to come on my personal side just because you guys know me and you guys know my personality and character. So you'll be able to give me feedback on, well, that's a part of why I want to do what I want to do. But you got to stay tuned for that. So anyway.
All three of you.
Shut up. Anyway, so we want to do a little mix of that and brainstorm the three of us because and you guys don't realize this, but like, let's see, we got all this computer set up. Oh shit, the laundry. Done. The laundry can wait. The laundry can wait.
Oh god, is he gonna run?
So no.
Sitting there and molding and
no, it's not. It's fine. Anyway, the dryer's still going anyway, so we can't. That was for the washer. Anyway, so where are we at? Where is that at? Oh yeah, so what we want to do is try to do a brainstorming sesh because I want to start documenting some of the processes that we do because a lot of people see the finished product and they don't realize all the fucking shit that goes along with the process of getting it made. So like, I really think that the girlfriend and I were so fucking different. And then also, we're bringing in Tyler. And he used to own a company called Love Nail Tree. And he owns the warehouse where we work out of. And finish telling that part.
And so Tyler's on board on a creative side and another guy to argue with Patrick because I don't want to argue with him anymore.
You love arguing with me.
Tyler's coming in with fresh legs, so he has the energy to argue.
Fresh eyes, too.
Fresh eyes. So Tyler he's been friends with Patrick for a while, so they kind of been in the industry together. Tyler prints for us. Yeah,
my old company used to make Tyler stuff. So anyway, so what we want to do is I think and what's so crazy about the three of us, and we work all within 5 feet of each other, is that we're all three so fucking different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm crazy as shit. The girlfriend is like calm as hell. And Tyler is calm as hell. Oh, how would you? I'm not good at analyzing, but we're really different.
Tyler's like me on a regular, moment-to-moment basis, but when he gets fired up, he's like you. And I don't get fired up. I'm just monotone.
Yeah. And we have it's a good dynamic. And we're trying to think of content. Like next Friday's our food drop with the Boys and Girls Club. So we're going to be doing those monthly, but we're going to have a lot of content. From that, but I think if we document our processes and how we do things, I think it's pretty fucking interesting, especially the dynamic of how we work. The things you hate about me, well, not hate about me, the things that frustrate you. I like to pace around. She hates that. So let's brainstorm. And if any of you guys have any idea, I'm sorry, Joe.
Are you open mouth chewing right now? We just watched that BuzzFeed on stand open mouth chewers.
It was a Starburst.
My mom chews like that, and now you're chewing a Starburst.
Because I'm trying to talk. That's why I wanted you to talk more.
Swallow.
I'm going to swallow. Anyway.
Wrong hole.
Wrong hole. Anyway, so I want to know what you guys would want to see on a daily basis.
That's Tim.
Hi, Tim. Hey, what you guys would want to see on a daily basis. That's what I want to know. And we're going to just talk about it. If you have any ideas, please message it, write us, do something, tell us. But anyway, so what do we think we should do?
Are you R2D2? Robot hands.
It's hot as fucking here. Are you going to talk?
Yeah.
Well,
just
if you
waiting for you to stop talking.
See, the problem is, I come over, Patricc talks forever, then yells at us for not talking. So I'm like,
you turn the AC to 78.
You need to calm down and stay still. Maybe you won't be so hot.
It's so hot in here.
Shave.
So anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think having just if we bring in the person, the videographer, and what they could do, I don't fucking know.
So Jay came over and she showed us this Arm & Hammer video. Yep, not the cleaning supplies. Apparently there's 2 DJs that are Asian called Arm & Hammer, and they're pretty cool. And so they do these like little documentary videos of when they go on tour from city to city, and we're like, oh, we can do that. I'm like, Jay, since you offered, are you offering to do this? And she's like, no, you guys figure it out. So we're like, okay, we need to find someone.
I have a full-time job, and
where do you work?
I work at Lucky Brand.
I knew the question. I knew the answer. It's all I gotta know. I just so you guys to know. She's in the apparel industry as well.
Because Jay comes over and Patricc just talks, so he doesn't know that much about Jay.
Shut
it's been a few years.
I know a lot about Jay.
Sometimes I wonder.
You just know Jay bakes good cinnamon rolls. And
best fucking cinnamon rolls.
She loves the boys.
That's it.
She loves the boys.
They're my nephews.
Jay watches the boys when we're out of town.
I know what I mean.
Love her for that.
Yeah, it's not even a question.
We just don't go out of town.
We just don't go out of town. That's what we're doing. See, that's the part. It's like everybody wants to fake it till they make it. Oh, we're big. I want people to see the shit that we eat on a daily basis.
Patricc eats nothing but hamburgers.
PBR.
And PBR.
Oh, no,
and candy.
This is not sponsored. PBR is not paying us for
and Starburst.
for this amazing exposure they're getting.
I know, like a Mountain Dew deal with
you know?
Practical.
I don't know, but I have followers.
Why aren't you on? Why aren't you on your lives? So anyway,
cameras.
So yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out is how we want to do it, and this is a session where we're gonna just brainstorm and tune in, and I don't know. What do you have? What notes do you have?
So what I just thought, the whole Pat talking about daily processes, and then bringing up Boys and Girls Club, I think it'd be fun to basically seeing if Boys and Girls Club would be into being able to shoot more with the kids and just within the community, their community, because I think it's great exposure for them and it's also great exposure for FBNW. It's 2 very great organizations that kind of benefits off each other. I don't know. You guys should.
But we're gonna document that.
But it's different. You should have went in with the meetings and be like, hey, do you mind if we
See,
do that?
That's what I'm not good at.
Yeah.
I know.
There's also if we happen to get kids on camera, we have to have the waivers.
Yeah, so we're gonna have that side there, but I'm thinking more on the day to day, not just the the food drop, the whole process that leads up to that.
Yeah.
Right. So I think maybe it's this could be a good idea. And once again, we're just brainstorming here, guys. But I think I just came up with something. What?
But let me tell you about.
If you knew this, this is the part that people will get to realize that I say that every day. I just think I came up with the greatest idea. I say that every day. So, and that's what I want people to start seeing is my craziness.
How insane you are.
And
then you run these ideas. It's okay, let's do it. And then you're the next day, I thought about it. Yeah, let's not do it. Yeah. And then I blow up on you because I just spent
that's the process.
Day on this.
That's the process of fucking business. People think, being a business, I'd like to be the marketing blah 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 director of the company, and you go do it, and you realize that it's not just oh, this great campaign. It's like, what about the 500 campaigns that you worked on your ass off, and you were like right to the end, and you're like, nope, it's not good enough.
Which happens
every day. And so the girlfriend, she gets frustrated because we will go deep on some idea that I have, go really deep on it, get to the point, and spend a lot of work on it, and then I'll just have a boom. No, I don't want to do it. She's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, okay.
And it's because I see another side that I'm always trying to throw objections at it. And if I see one objection that'll crush the entire idea, I pull it. Sorry.
You should also kind of background. Fiona doesn't come from apparel, so yeah, production apparel is stupid, and just because it is. But it's one of those things.
You guys work on different timelines than what I'm used to, which is no real hard deadlines.
Yeah.
No, just here's an idea of when things are due, and maybe we'll turn it in, and that drives me insane.
Yeah, like fast fashion just doesn't make sense. And like for me, I've always worked into fashion and also food. So for me, like, it is what it is. But when Patricc shoots these ideas and like it's great, and Fiona's like, okay, I'll do this, I'll set it in stone. Like 2 days later, Patrick's like, actually, I'm gonna do the total opposite because that's what Patricc does. And also, it's kind of like the business, but it doesn't really make sense because it doesn't. So
what did Tim say? I can't read.
Where?
In the middle computer.
This is just thinking process of the food drop, the whole day of experience. Yes. Also running counter of how much you are donating. Break it down into individual good items, like cans of food. One item of clothing equals blank meals, etc. How do you show the impact of the individual item in the clothes, etc.? You writing this down? Mm-hmm. It's great feedback. So now to answer that, and this is a good mind of a founder question. Mm-hmm. So how we do that? So remember, we're still small. So as we grow everything, I know my hair is fucking everywhere. Sorry.
Hair flip.
Oh. I just started going my hair the other way, so whatever. Anyway, so the way it happens now, every item you buy, you get a bag of groceries. And the reason we call it a bag of groceries is because it's a bag of groceries. It has different food in it. So right now we put 6 items in there. That is canned vegetables, soup, granola bars, oatmeal, crackers, and ramen. All right, so it's 6 items. And depending upon who you are or whatever, that can equate to about 3 to 4 meals worth of food, right? Keep in mind, the reason we put that stuff in there is because, A, it's got to be kid-friendly. It's got to be, it's not just, a lot of times, it's not just the parents don't have money. It's the parents aren't there for the children. So it's got to be something that they can eat and or prepare on their own. So with this food drop we have coming on, we have a company called Hip Peas, which is a chickpea snack company. Based out of Santa Monica. They're in Whole Foods, Starbucks, Vons. They're in a lot of stores. They're giving us 2 bags for every item, or for every bag we're giving at this next food drop to put in our bags. So the goal of this is to grow it to where, as we get bigger, more companies want to put products in our bags, so the bags are bigger for the children. As of right now, the 6 items we put in there is that.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good thing.
But we're working to, partner with more people like hippies that would be willing to contribute towards our bags. And bonus if they happen to be a company that runs a give back program, because we support any company that is doing something within their business model to give back.
Well, I don't give a damn if you're not giving back or not. If you want to put an item in the bag, you put an item in the bag. You know what I mean?
It's always good to.
Yeah, we want to support and promote brands that are or companies that are giving back. Yes, definitely. But any item. And so a lot of people don't realize that we are a for-profit company. FBNW is a for-profit company, and so a lot of people assume that we're a nonprofit because of what we do. And so the fact that we're not nonprofit, we don't have a 501(c), and that's what you need to get donations. Because everybody's like, oh, just reach out to the grocery stores. It's like, to do that, you need a 501(c). Whole Foods will be joining us. I know this might be a little premature.
Yeah.
But they joined us on one, but I don't, so this is where she's got to yell at me. This is the dynamic, like, shut up.
don't say anything until
Okay,
it's strictly locked in.
Okay, we won't. Yeah, we're planning something big. But yeah. So yeah.
Good chances that they will be doing this. Yeah, very high likelihood.
They're going to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, talking into existence.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Like to his point, yeah. So the day of, we're going to be documenting it. That's another process that we have to go through because the their parents have to give us a consent so we can film, or take a picture of them, and it's that can be hard, but we will get footage there definitely. We're gonna have a videographer there. We're gonna have all this stuff, so. We're gonna get that.
But we were discussing like filming more of our day-to-day, like working at the office and like our meetings with Tyler, brainstorm sessions, going out to the showroom, some of the production, showing our office outside, how interesting it can be sometimes.
We work out of Skid Row, and if you don't know Skid Row, if you've ever seen the movie Soloist with Jamie Foxx, So that Robert Downey Jr. It's based off of this guy that lived in Skid Row, and we work right in the heart of Skid Row, and it's awesome. But so yeah, I think that. So what we're trying to do is try to be creative, come up with that, and we're just going to brainstorm.
Yeah.
So I like the idea because it's really about having the videographer, right?
Yeah.
I think if we did a 5-minute video a week, it doesn't even have to be 5 minutes. It can be 2 minutes.
Yeah, like 5 is too long.
It doesn't even matter, right? It just whatever the interesting stuff is, but we have to decide what's interesting, and that's why we want you guys' feedback. Is like what makes it interesting. Yeah. So.
You also suggested that we do some sort of like a question per video kind of format. So in addition to footage, filming what's going on, that there's an actual sit-down part where you answer a question.
Yes, I like that. Yeah. So if we think about the entire video, there's a 30-second, because it needs to go from footage with music to boom, to something to footage with music. So
it's not just random
like if you watch Gary V, which we know that's my man crush.
Man crush every day.
Man crush every day. If you know that, yeah. So
that
means love.
Tyler's like, I'm
well, yes.
Wait, can I bring up the Tyler thing about him shooting on your Insta story?
Oh yeah.
Yes, please.
Well, yeah, I only found about this today.
So I actually watched their Insta story because
let me give the thing. So Tyler, the partner, he owns the warehouse that we work out of and that does the printing. So, he's a partner now. So I'm always filming him and showing him that I always fuck around. He works his ass off, But every time I'm looking, he's pressing the buttons for the printer, right? Because he's fixing something. So I've got this thing where I just film him every time he's doing it. I'm like, there's Tyler just pressing fucking buttons. And so.
Yeah. So I watched their Insta stories because I'm a good friend.
Yeah. Everyone else.
And because they're interesting as fuck.
I don't know about that. But anyways, Patricc is always talking shit about Fiona or Tyler or anyone else. So Patrick's a big shit talker. The most hilarious part is, though, Patricc didn't know that Tyler actually logged into the account and
I knew he was in there. I knew he was in the account.
Yeah,
I didn't.
But
I just didn't know he did what he did.
Yeah, so Tyler finally got it back, and he went into it, and he was like, "You're Tyler's taking over right now. I'm getting Patricc back," and so he went and actually recorded Patricc and talking all that shit to Patricc because it's one of those things where I think. Tyler is similar to Fiona. You push them far enough, they will get you back.
Oh, listen, no. You don't know about what he did to me one day. So, once again, right in the middle of Skid Row, doorbell rings or whatever, and Tyler gets it, whatever. About 5 minutes later, I just go out to grab something. I see he's talking to a police officer. He's in his full blues, LAPD, right? And they're just sitting there talking. And if you know Tyler, he shows the excitement of a fucking
Me.
No emotion on his face, and I'm just like, whatever.
Like a turtle.
And about 10 minutes later, he comes around the corner to my office area, and he's handcuffed with the cop holding his arms. I see he's handcuffed, and he goes, "Hey, man, is there any chance you can lock up tonight?" And I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck's going on?" He's like, "Some shit, a warrant, like." And I'm like, "Wait, is it?" I was like, "Are you guys fucking with me?" He's like, "No, dude, it's serious." I'm like, "Are you fucking with me?" And the cop goes, "No, he's going with me tonight." I was like, I didn't want to. I'm not stepping foot in there. I'm not asking him to give me any information to incriminate him later. And I said, "Don't worry about it. Tell me what you need, and I'll take care of it." And he goes, "Ah!" And it's his fucking buddy. It was his fucking buddy that's a cop that
Who lives there?
That's actually a tenant there.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it. Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah.
And they and I said, Tyler, you just opened the can. Like you do not want to fuck with me when it comes to pranks. Like you will, and yeah.
X-lax in the lasagna.
No, I would never X-lax somebody. That's not a funny.
No,
prank.
but it's one of those things. Patrick was in the military, and everyone knows if you're in the military, that's all you do.
Yeah, you
all
just
day.
fuck with people all day long.
All day.
4 years of fucking. Well, actually, you get about 2 years of getting fucked with.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 years of fucking with people.
Yeah.
If you got out like me as after 4 years,
Yeah.
but.
They're training you to fuck with everybody.
Yeah, I got fucked with a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I'm getting to is I think, what if we had like the interns come in and film, say, on a Monday, right? She comes in the beginning of the week, and when you, Tyler, and I have a meeting, say we're gonna, and almost we do it to where, what if we made it where each video is it's like we decide what's a project we're working on, because I want people to see from start to finish. So say it's like we're going to start working on September. September is Hunger Action Month.
Oh yeah, we got enough stuff that we're working on.
And we got a ton of stuff that we're working on. So what if we did this could be content for Hunger Action Month. We start putting together we put together the process.
They will be micro videos and then like a 1 September video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we start having a weekly meeting, like a Monday meeting or something, on September. And this is the footage, and whatever we're deciding on now, right? The whole brainstorming process of us working on it. So we have the intern come in and film us brainstorming about September. This is fucking good. So we've got a target to go to on this, and we put together a weekly video based off of this, and then at the end we have the big boy video that is the entire process of us going through it.
So we have to call all the interns in for a meeting right after the food drop.
We can do it via Skype, we can whatever.
I would like everyone to meet.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, maybe we do that, once every 2 weeks. I don't know.
I'm just saying one, and then everything else.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But
yeah,
just to set it up so everyone sees Sarah is this face.
Are you writing this down? All interns come in for a big meeting.
Apparently, I'm doing minutes.
Well, I brought the book out. You took it. I was giving it to Fiona.
Is that Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah, we need to talk.
Yes, Sarah. We're over here throwing
you.
shit at you right now. So the idea is, if we can, we want to document the processes of us putting together all the shit that we're doing for September, because it's going to be a big boy month.
Yeah.
And
we have at least, I planned out that we as a team do an event each week in Hunger Action Month. So we're doing 4 events total.
Yeah. You guys should do it's very anal of me, but for work I do like a goals board where
Yes.
So I do that because I'm crazy organized with that. So I would do like just for September, I wrote down media brainstorm, do a goals board for just September, and then for just overall for your weekly or daily meetings, have a goals board for that, and then do your projects of what is Fiona working on, what is Patrick working on.
Look at this, please look at this.
What, your calendar?
What's today?
They sent the 23rd, the one that's highlighted.
Look at the 21st.
Goals with Fiona.
But you didn't even...
I know I didn't get to it. I know, but no. I'm glad you brought it up because I want to do that, and we have it up there.
Yeah.
And so we look, and this goes also from sales side, from production side.
Yeah.
Because
you should do it, because for me, I work with all our teams, and so for me, I know I have projects in line with everyone, and so it's like, a goals board for what you want to specifically do on your own, individually, and then with other teams and other departments, and like how it kind of works.
Can you send us a little template?
Can I? I can do a lot of things.
Can you work with us for free?
Just a template.
I think
we're doing great things over here.
I would do this.
Did you guys see us on the news this morning?
Yeah.
We were on KTLA again.
Yeah.
It was good.
We linked up with Lynette.
Hello.
Wait, does everyone knows that Food Drop is next Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Be better now.
What did Sarah say? I can't read it. It's really fine print.
It says, would love to put together a month-long September marketing campaign with photos and videos. Could be a variety of different types of video and photos. Would love to brainstorm together.
Sarah, watch some Arm & Hammer videos.
Oh, no, okay, I was in her video.
Just N, not the cleaning supplies.
But then it's HMR.
No, it's H.
It's ARMNHRM. So Fiona and Patrick aren't cool. I'm cool. I'll show you.
And daily V's, because it's in that style of like
daily. Gary Vaynerchuk.
videos.
Gary Vaynerchuk. Watch his shit. So he's got a videographer that's there all day and puts together daily stuff. We don't want to do daily shit. That's too hard.
Yeah, we just want to do like.
No, it's not. No, think do a Google for Arm & Hammer.
Oh, not
band.
No.
I will send you this. I'll send it to Fiona.
Just write it on a sticky and hold it up.
Yeah, hold it up.
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't you write it right here?
No, I was gonna write. No, I'm saying that.
So Sarah is one of our new interns of 5-6 in a few weeks, and Sarah, she is super talented. She does photography and she does videography.
Check her shit out. Write her thing down and put it out there.
What's your handle, Sarah, if you want to shout out? But so she's gonna help us put together a ton of video content for us, and hopefully she gets as much out of it as we do. She will. She's gonna be in our fucking repertoire, and then when we start paying people, she's gonna be one of the first people. She's put together great shit. Yeah. So and then there's Cynthia, and she's our photography intern. And then there's Winnie and Alexis, who are our food drop and events intern. There's Jordan, who's our graphic design and social media intern. And Lynn, she'll be joining in a few weeks as our social media intern. So we have a ton of new members, and we'll try to get them on camera soon. Sarah Cho? Sarah Cho Lovely. Sarah Cho Lovely. Okay. I'm nearsighted, so that's why she's blind. Yes. Do we need to show her this? Nearsighted, farsighted means your ass can't see. Just YouTube this. I'm very sure she can't see. Adventure time with Arm & Hammer. Arm & Hammer. It's when they're touring with Chainsmokers. If you just YouTube it, you'll find it. They have that, and also their newer Arm & Hammer episode, but it's just. Hi, Mrs. Richardson. Their song and the shooting. It's actually pretty cool. Sam. You like it. Sam says he loves us. All right, so what if we did that? So we basically have that, and then it would be great if Sarah, you could come in on another We'll schedule it. We'll schedule something. We'll make it work for your schedule. We'll make it work with your schedule. We just want to make sure we get
we get some footage to put together some stuff and do some micro videos and try to show people the process. And I think, so outside of that, like, I just think that we'll learn a lot from this. And this will be like a broad test. We got something very focused. And depending upon how this turns out, we can learn from it and then, like,
do something different.
There, do something different. But I think it's, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
You like everything at first.
Yeah.
I'll hate it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very, like, why are we thinking about that? How didn't I see that? But it's okay. As of right now, I like it.
Old style, new style. So she can see the differences.
Is old style the raw cut, and then the new style is the edited?
Yes. Make sure you put Gary V in there.
Why
do you write so damn hard?
Daily.
Why?
Jesus.
I like writing.
I could give the second. I could give the.
The dateline, we'd be able to figure out what Jay was thinking.
Because your pen is not working.
Jeez, that's like Braille. The second page.
Hey, do you want to take notes? You don't want me to take notes.
Jay's a very dark and angry person.
I just like things with a purpose.
AKA FBNW. FBNW.
Wait, Gary V?
Gary
Vayner's, but just Gary V. Gary VEE though.
Daily V?
Yeah, but you search that, you're gonna see his content. It's Ask Gary V is the one that. Well, no.
It's all messy.
So this again.
No. just email it to her.
Yeah, we'll just email it to her. I'll text it to you.
Just text her.
I can't text her right now.
Well, later.
My phone's
These are the people I'm working with.
Oh, so you are working with us?
No. As of
today.
As of today.
Your Sundays are toast.
So what was the question? Let's go ahead and do the question. Do a question from my founder.
The one question?
The one question we have right now?
Okay, so the one question was, someone was asking, you know, I think he had done a few shows and he wasn't, like, making his money back, and he was asking when would be the right time to consider not doing the show anymore.
When not to do a trade show? Yeah,
like, because I guess he hasn't been having a lot of success recently, so he's probably like, oh, this is a waste. Like, I'm just losing money.
Okay. Why? I don't know. It depends on. Do you know what business, or is it apparel? Is it something else?
I'm guessing it's apparel.
What I would like, the way I look at it is, depends on if it's your market. I'm dealing with the same thing right now because, you know, I'm trying to make sure that we just did our second active collective to make sure that we hit our numbers, that it makes sense for us to do the show. But at the same time, that's my market. So even if I don't hit my numbers that I want, I'm still going to need to do it until it's a point where it's like you're not getting shit. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the contacts that you make at the show is going to, like, if I looked at our first active collective, what we wrote was, right? What we got after from the people that I met there, you know, yeah. So that's what it is. It's sometimes, and you look at some of the people we met with this past week, right? We had active collective this past week, and I got to meet with some, and I'm not naming names on those, but we got to meet with some ones that we really want to be in. But I'm not stupid enough to think that I'm going to write right at that time. It's a long standing relationship. So if they come back next show and I'm not there, they're going to say, what happened to them? They need you see you at the show a few times to realize that you're not just a fly by night, one hit wonder.
Yeah, we're like that you're serious.
Yeah, and that you're serious enough about it, right? You can have a great concept and you don't know how to run a fucking business, and they don't want to get in bed with something like that. Not the big boys. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would say to that.
This is tough because they're not cheap, and if he's losing money,
that's why I say it depends on what it is. Like, same time, there's other ways to make money other than trade shows. Yeah. Right. So it's a great point you say that. Like, you don't have to be at the trade shows, but you have to be doing something else.
Yeah.
How else are you going to get in those faces?
Yeah.
The trade show allows you to just be there, and hopefully a buyer's walking by and happens to see and glance and want to even talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It takes a few times for them to be like, okay, I keep seeing this brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me actually check them out.
Yeah.
So it's a long-term thing. However, take that money. I know my last company, costing us to go to a show would cost us $30,000 easy. Mm-hmm. And we'd make, our money back plus, but we could go on the road for say $2,500 and get the same amount of sales.
Yeah.
And so at that point you're like, should I spend the $30,000 or the $2,500, or I can spend $2,500 more times? So it's a lot of things. It depends on, I don't know. There's too many variables in there, so it could go either way. Don't just fucking burn your money though, and if you're in the wrong show.
Yeah.
Right? What if we did Active Collective and we realized that it's not our show because we don't have enough active? Okay, well, maybe not do that, but go do another show. Or once again, put that money towards getting your face there.
Yeah. Well, I think with like trade shows, it's like a networking and like marketing strategy where it is one of those things where you get in what you put out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, for me, especially like
yes,
whether it be like a trade show or just like going out, like for me, I go out quite a bit, but it's also like I meet a lot of people who, if they present me with something that I feel is valuable for me, I want to like kind of share, then I do. But for like trade shows, it's one of those things where you're in an environment where people are going there they're specifically setting themselves up
to buy.
Yeah, to buy, putting themselves in that like environment. So your likelihood is higher, but you can go to like networking events where it is not like a paid trade show, but at the same time, like it's more networking. You have to basically be more persuasive and convince them to buy, where you go to trade shows where people are like, going in there looking for something, trying to buy for like their store or their brand or even like different partnerships. So I don't know, it depends.
To your point on that is the networking side. That side you're talking about is it's a long-term strategy, right? And where a lot of people think a trade show is because it's the opposite. They think this is a quick one. They don't realize the trade show is a patient side one too.
Yeah.
Networking is obvious that it's patient because you got to meet somebody before long. You figure out what they do, figure out how it'll work. With the trade show, they're coming there. But the trade show, like once again, they want to know. Just as you meet somebody networking, they're not inviting you to barbecue the next week at the house, right? You got to get in, see them a few times at a couple more networking events before they're inviting you into the house.
Yeah.
That's when you get to show them.
Yeah.
And then you're still going to get before they buy.
Yeah.
So it's a very good, I'd never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like for me, I think I've always thought of like every business is a process. And I think everything that you do in a sense, like just even going out, it's like, how are you spending your time? Is it valuable? Like, are you spending quality time with friends? Are you spending quality time with, you do business networking? Like, are you actually going to the right ones and doing the right things where you're putting yourself in that right situation? Or with these trade shows, like, even if they don't buy from you, if they know you and they feel like they can connect you with someone, at least that's how I am, that they're like, hey, yeah, like, I did remember, like FBNW, you don't work for me, but you may work for my other friends or something.
Yeah.
And I think as a new brand, because we were technically the new brand to Active, like, people aren't going to the show looking.
Everybody.
Yeah, they're not going to the show looking for us. We just happen to be there, and we have to be, as a new brand, a little more aggressive, approaching people and standing up and standing in the aisle instead of sitting at our desk, and passively. But like for a newer brand, you have to you have to put yourself out there. And for me, like I've never done a sales position. I've always worked at an office at a desk. So it was uncomfortable for me to put myself out there and be like, oh, hey, how are you doing? And can I tell you about my brand? And but it works. Like, people listen. Like,
here we go.
It's not being annoying. People are like, yeah, sure, okay. But I, as someone who's not used to doing sales, I'm like, I wouldn't want to be bothered. But most of the times people don't mind.
You have to read their energy too.
Yeah.
You have to have some kind of EQ too. You not to like. I know when not to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's certain people that you're just like, you let them just wander and look, and then be like, let me know if you need any help.
Yeah. But so it's funny you say this because I did a trade show. I did 2 or 3 trade shows with one of my previous companies. I did many with groceries, but with Patricc Reed, which was
your baby.
So that was my baby. It's kind of like FBNW is now to me. But we did a trade show in Miami and one in Vegas, and at the 2 shows, Vegas I wrote 0 orders. Didn't even show the line, I don't think. Maybe I did, but and in Miami, I wrote 1, a $2,500 order. And that was the cost of the show, right? So I thought I made my money back, which I didn't make my money back because I have to pay for the products too. I just didn't know business at the time. And the only reason I sold that order was because it was my friend that owned the boutique. So she was stopping by and liked the stuff. Not that she bought it out of sympathy. She liked it and bought it. But what I'm getting to is, like you said, you get, or whichever one of you said, you get in what you put out.
Yeah.
And it was because before I didn't realize you had to try to make appointments.
Yeah.
You had to try to make an effort to get people there. I thought, just doing the trade show, I'm just going to step foot, or I'm just going to have this, and my booth's going to be so cool that people are going to want to stop and come and buy my product. And it's like, nope, that doesn't happen.
You have to, I think with both of you, this is just me going kind of like off tangent.
Both of us?
Yeah, so I think the way you guys see sales or like marketing or just putting yourself out there, like I think for specifically like Fiona, it's like very different for you for the whole like sales thing. But I think the one thing, you know that you're very approachable. So it's more so it's not like selling them, but selling you.
Yeah, out of the 2 of us.
Kind of dry too sometimes. Let's be honest.
She's dry.
I'm less intimidating than you.
But she's really approachable.
Yeah.
Like Fiona's super approachable, and she's one of those people who, like, I think you should always approach it as like, hey, would you like to get to know me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's getting to know her is essentially knowing the brand. Where Patricc, he's a little overbearing sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, take it down like 1,000.
Yeah, I hear it all the time.
He goes 1,000 miles per hour, where I just kind of like ease in because that's my personality too. And
then you get too salesy because you're like product. But it's like you forget that like you have to deal with people as people. Like they have to like you and then essentially like your product.
Oh yeah.
Like
I feel I go the opposite way. I go away from the product. I'm all about
It's all about the story.
Yeah.
I'm all about the story.
Which is you.
And people are like, well, what do you do?
Yeah.
I sell clothing. Sorry.
They're like not interested.
Yeah. I'm like, that is true.
But that is why you need to think of it in a way where you're strategically planning it, where you're like, you are, basing off the way you're selling it is you and your passion for it. You have to link it with the product. If you don't, then like at the end of the day, what you want to do, your mission is go where it goes.
I thought you were feeding the goldfish.
I thought
I'm doing magic. Look at this, guys. I can move.
You're stupid.
You're dumb.
The lazy Susan.
Chicken.
I think we've gone too far.
All right.
The pin.
Yeah, so, no, I think we did good. This is what I wanted. We came out with a great idea, and thank you guys for your help. And,
Get all the notes.
Get all those notes. So, thank you guys, and now we have to finish. How do we close all these out?
It's good. You have to get really close.
Oh, shit, we gotta get the laundry.
You gotta get the laundry.
Bye.
Me, bye.